YNABers, my name is Jesse Meekum. This is podcast number 341 for YNAB, where we teach you 4 rules to help you stop living paycheck to paycheck, get out of debt, and save more money. What happens if the transmission fell out of your car and you didn't have the cash to pay for it because you just got started on YNAB maybe, you hadn't been setting aside $200 in your car repair category ad nauseum and into infinity and beyond, so you do not have the money there and your budget's broken. You basically have to use a card. Back in the day with prior versions of YNAB, this would break your budget, where you're essentially having to go into debt. And you're staring at that credit card, and you have exhausted every other option, and you're thinking, I have no other way of paying for this. First, I would ask you, is that really true? Do you really have no other way of handling this at all? Is there anything you could sell? Could you do a couple odd jobs really quickly? Could you just try and scrounge up some money somehow? Just really exhaust all other options before reaching for a card and saying, this is the absolute only way I can make this fix. But if it is the case, if it really is the absolute only way out of a bind at all, and you've exhausted every other option completely and thoroughly, then you put it on the card. And what happens? You went backward. You went into debt. You weren't setting aside for car repairs as you should have been. You were of the belief that transmissions last forever. You got unlucky and something flew up out of the road and just put a hole in your engine. That happened to us. Life just threw you a curveball. So be that as it may, you just move forward. It could very well be that you spend it on your, you run the card and you're overspent in the car repairs category. Well, that's that. That's reality. There's nothing really to fix as it relates to your budget. Your budget's not broken. It just means you ran out of money and you had to overspend and you did it on a card. And now what's facing you is still setting aside money for car repairs going forward while also paying off that credit card as fast as you possibly can, because that kind of debt ruins your budgeting. So budget's not broken. You ran the card. Car repairs is overspent, and you just move forward. In prior versions of YNAB, it really would have broken your budget. We had little mechanisms in there that weren't quite as consistent as they are today, though credit cards even today still have room for improvement, and we're banging our heads against the wall trying to figure those things out. In the meantime, just move forward. And I really want to stress that we often go to the card as the only option because we just haven't practiced enough using other options. We're not used to it. People around us don't use the other options, and you maybe don't either. And so you're not used to the creativity, the juices that need to start flowing in order to get yourself out of a bind without easily reaching for the plastic. So I would highly encourage you to flex that muscle of creativity and sheer grit and not use the card and see what other ideas come up. What if you were to make it an absolute non-negotiable? No, that will not happen. Now what do I do? If you can pin yourself between a non-negotiable and that problem, a lot of the times you can wriggle your way out. It has to be a non-negotiable. Until next time, follow YNAB's 4 rules and you will win financially. You've never budgeted like this.